Hi, this is Leah with Pretty Presets for Lightroom, and today I want to go ahead and show you how to edit an image taken in the middle of the day. The sun is usually really harsh, and you usually get sort of really overblown highlights, and it can really be tricky, but they're definitely doable and definitely salvageable. So this image here was taken at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So as you can see, the light is really strong, especially on their hair here. Her white sweater is really blown out here, which you can see over here if we click on our highlights. It will become red, and you can see those are the areas that are blown out. There's lots of detail there. But we're going to go ahead and fix that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to apply our preset. Now, I already know pretty much which preset I want, but I went and clicked through a few of them. I liked Radiant. These are from the Sugar and Spice collection. And then I liked Seagrove. I really like what Seagrove does to her skin, but I really wanted a warmer image than that. Wild Harvest is a great one too, but that's just a little bit too much red for me. So I settled on Radiant. That was the one I decided I liked. It was a good mix of both Seagrove and Wild Harvest, I thought. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a radial filter to darken just the background of the image. I really like the way the light is falling on them, but I want to darken up the rest. So I'm going to go up here, and this is just in the basics brushes, which is part of the bundle. And I'm going to go ahead and select darken. Excuse me. And then I'm just going to go, and you want to make sure that you don't have the inverted mask selected. If you select this, it's going to apply the preset in the middle of your image inside of the radial filter. And if you unselect it, then it will apply it outside. So we'll go ahead here and we'll just do this, and you can see how the background gets dark and they don't. So right about there looks good to me. Pull it down a little bit, just like that. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is fix the clipping that we talked about. Again, we can go over here and click on this and see, and if you click it, it will keep it highlighted for you. And then if you unclick it, it will take it away. So I like to keep it clicked when I'm working on it so I know what I'm adjusting. I'm going to go over to the brushes, and I'm going to select again right here the fixed clipping brush. And I usually will work with this pretty big, and the little trick with this is that if the little plus sign stays within the area and you have the auto mask on, it will only do the adjustments in the red. It won't do the adjustments outside. So I'm just going to click on this, and you can see as I click it that it's starting to go away. I could drag it if I wanted, but I don't know why, I just always click it. I feel like it gives me a little bit more precise control. So I'm just clicking it until all of the red is gone. And why do you want to do that? You know, you can look at the screen and have a blown out section that doesn't really affect much, but if I go to print this image, which this couple selected a 20 by 30 canvas of this image. So I needed to make sure that I got rid of those highlights so that when it printed, it looked appropriate and it wasn't just completely white right there. You want to make sure you retain the details. You can get away with things digitally that you can't get away with once something's in print. And I definitely want to make them look their best. So I'm just going through, clicking all of the highlights. You'll notice in this image that when I shot the image, even though it's midday, the sun is really bright, I still made sure that the direct sunlight wasn't falling on their faces. And that's important when you're editing images midday because it's really hard to edit skin tones with bright sunlight on them. So I can deal with sunlight and blown out sections on her clothes and on their hair. That's fixable, but it's a lot harder to do that on their faces because it's going to mess with their skin tone. So now I'm going to select a new brush, and and I am actually going to go down to the portrait brushes, the eyes sharpen brush right here, just because I want to just make her eyes pop a little bit. And I'm actually going to do it on his too, just because he's kind of losing them there. He's looking off to the side. Just like that. And that's it. A picture edited in the middle of the day and still totally usable. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to hit us up, and we'd love to help you out.